Hello and welcome back to Overbooked. I'm Amanda and today we're going to be doing the Drunken Love book tag made by Tipsy Book Talk. And I am already tipsy, as you can tell by my red face. Last month Tipsy Book Talk did this, I think for like Valentine's Day. They made an original tag called Tipsy Book Talk, or called Drunken Love book tag. And I thought that I would try to get a little tipsy to do this tag since it's called Drunken Love. So I've had a couple glasses of wine. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know if this is going to be as funny as I think it's going to be or as good, but we'll see. I feel like I look better with the glasses. No? Yeah. So I'm going to put all the questions down below so you guys can check that. You can follow along. And I will also put Tipsy Book Talk, their channel down below. Also, before we get even into it, I'm not going to tag anybody, but if you watch this and you want to do it, you're tagged. I wasn't tagged, so, and I did it anyways. Number 1, favorite romance book. Okay. So, honestly, the first romance I thought about was Red, White, and Royal Blue. And I just loved it. I loved that one. I thought it was super fun. I thought it was fucking steamy and just a good overall vibe. I liked it. The most recent book that gave you a book hangover. So I'm not quite sure what book hangover means, but I'm assuming it means like something that like made you, like you kept thinking about that book. Like you finished it and you couldn't stop thinking about it. So the book that did that for me recently was Transcendent Kingdom by Yagasi, and I read that around like Christmas time, and I thought about that book forever afterwards. Forever. I took pictures of the paragraphs I liked and put them on my Instagram story, and sometimes when I create myself and I go in my archives and I'm like, oh, that was a really good paragraph, and then I think about it more, and I just love that book. If you haven't read it, I recommend. What's your go-to lonely drink? I don't really know. I'm not a huge drinker. So for me, it's like, what is the $5 wine at Target today that I can get? And today it was Sun Pop Strawberry Moscato. I think it was $6.99. You know, when you get into this point in your life, it's like, what's the extra $1.99? Throw it in the cart. Number 4, your biggest comfort book. I would say my biggest comfort book is typically a historical fiction book because I feel like it's like usually my favorite genre. It's like something I can easily get into. I'm instantly drawn to it. But I feel like sometimes it's usually contemporary fiction, just a regular contemporary fiction novel I'm really into. Comfort level. It's just, I feel like those are the books that I tear through faster than like a short romance or something, just because it's just like I get so into the story that I just finish it. And I just feel really comfortable about reading it. Yeah. Steamy or cutesy romance? Okay. I mean, obviously, I'm looking for some steam, okay? I want steam. I want description. I want you to tell me if bed sheets are flying, if things are happening. I want to know every single detail, okay? That's what I want to know. And the more that I have been getting into romance, I have found that the more like cutesy stuff that I like started out with, you know, is like child's play, right? I'm like, where is, like I'm reading chapter 2 and I'm like, the characters haven't had sex yet? What's going on? I don't understand. Are they not in love? And then it's like, well, Amanda, sometimes you just need to slow your roll. But that's how I am. That's what I need, is a steamy romance. Honestly, I feel like that's everyone's answer. It has to be. I don't see any other way. Like Beyonce's lyric, how the hell did this shit happen? What's that lyric from? What song is it from? How the hell did this shit happen? What is a romance book that had a twist you did not see coming? So I kind of looked at the questions beforehand. I tried to think of something, and I really don't know. I think the one that came to mind, and it's kind of a romance, but it's also kind of a thriller, is When No One Is Watching. I think it's more a thriller than a romance. Really enjoyed that book, but I did not see the ending coming in to the end like that. I was like, whoa, that's not how I thought this was gonna happen. Otherwise, actual straight up romance. I feel like romance books don't really have twists, right? I mean, I feel like they always end the same. You know, not to plug something that I always plug. I always plug the Stacks podcast on this channel, and I'm gonna do it again because this applies to this question, because the Stacks, Tracy, had a guest who owns a romance bookstore, and that guest was talking about how like a romance book is categorized by like, it has like requirements to meet a romance book. Like they have to end up together, or they have to have a happily ever after, or a happily for now or something. And I feel like if you go into a romance, that is what you're expecting. So what is the twist? That they end up with something else? Somebody else? Something else? Well, I don't know what the twist would be. I don't have an answer. A book that was so bad, you wish you were drunk while reading it. Oh my God, what was that book called? Girl Gone? Okay, it's not Gone Girl. But the cover is like this girl and she's whispering, and it's girl. And I remember everyone, like the things on the cover where, you know, how like they have like authors or whoever, New York Times or whatever, being like, it's like this. Everything was like, it's like another Gone Girl. I'll put it somewhere. I'll put it here. Maybe I'll put it here. Girl. It was terrible. I read this last summer, and it's about this girl who gets kidnapped, and then it's, I think she has Stockholm syndrome or something, or she like falls in love with her kidnapper. I don't know. Spoilers. It was fucking terrible. I do not recommend this book to anybody. It was the worst book I have ever read in my life. Chandler and I were on a road trip while we were like this past summer, and I was like reading it, and I would just literally be in the car contemplating whether or not I should either A, continue to read, B, continue to annoy Chandler for the next 30 minutes of this stretch and just talk to him about how dumb this book is, or C, toss this book out the window. I didn't bring enough books to toss it out the window. So I did A and B. A fictional couple that is the perfect, a fictional couple that is the picture of love. So, okay, I think that it is this book that I recently read called Only When It's Us, which was actually kind of more cutesy than Steamy. It had some steam, but it was like, took a while to get there. Only When It's Us, I think that couple in there is the picture of love, because I feel like they're just like they're so like in love and cute. It like made me want to throw up at the end. That's, I think, that stereotypical picture of love with that. Also, that guy in that book could fucking get it any day. So, my favorite romance trope. Can I be completely honest? I don't really know what trope means. Is that bad? Let's pause. We just gained some knowledge. It's a plot that's commonly used in a genre. And we looked up some romance tropes while we were away. And I think that even though I don't see it often, I really like the friends to lovers. Not enemies to lovers, friends. Like they are just like buddies. Like they're hanging out. They are friends. They just love each other. You know what's even better? If they've been friends since they were like 2. They're like, we've known each other forever. That's what I like to see. A character you'd like to get drunk with. Again, I'm gonna bring back Red, White, and Royal Blue, because that friend group, that group of characters, like the main character and his sister and like her friend, like that friend group, in my book review, I'll link it down below. Go check it out. I said, and I quote, closely quote, maybe not as quoting as I quoted originally, I would want to go out and party with those people. Like I would want to go out and drink and have a good time. That's who I'd want to hang out with, and that's who I'd want to get drunk with. Bonus. What is the most romantic thing to ever happen to you? So I guess the most romantic thing that's ever happened to me is when Chandler proposed to me. I think that was very romantic. I was like, what? I can't believe this is happening. It was in the rain. But I'm trying to think of like another way. You know what? I think it was the way that Chandler asked me out was the cutest thing I have ever had. This was when we were, you know, young and we needed to ask each other to be boyfriend and girlfriend. I used to play basketball in high school. I was terrible. But Chandler, you know, we would always joke around, like, we should play basketball together, like, one-on-one. He's like a foot taller than me. But he was like, let's go play. And we played basketball for like an hour, and he was like, hey, Amanda, can you look at the ball? And he wrote on there, will you go out with me on the basketball? And it was so cute. He was like, yeah, I thought you would have seen it earlier, so we wouldn't have had to play a whole game. And I was like, well, I'm just out here, you know, trying to hustle. Recently, he did do something just really sweet for me. And it was a very small gesture, but I felt like it meant a lot. Like I was away for Valentine's Day at a bachelorette party. I came home, he got me a Switch game that I really wanted, and then he got me a little Valentine's Day card, and it said, you know, I couldn't do this without you. And it was just like some gummy worms. It was a sentence and a card, and I was crying. So that's more than one example, but, you know, humble brag. That was the Drunken Love book tag. Shout out to Tipsy Book Talk for making this tag. I thought it was fun. This was fun to do for me. Gave me an excuse to go to Target to get wine and coffee creamer. And, you know, we're just out here having fun, having a good time, reading romance. I have found that in this day and age, I have been liking romance more. I don't think I've read that much romance this year, but I'm drawn more to it than I used to. And I'm loving that. I'm loving it so far. If you enjoyed this video, like I said before, you are tagged. Go ahead and do the questions yourself. I would love to hear it. I gotta figure out now what to do with my tipsy butt. And since it's it's like probably like 9:30. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like. Also, subscribe. You know, I'm looking for more friends on BookTube. I would love to be your friend. And if you want to be my friend, subscribe. It's the red button right down there. It says subscribe. It'd be fun. Cheers. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Nope. I'll see you guys next time.